Hey, what is up, everybody, and welcome back. I am the Night Owl. Ready to hit you some more Dominaria United draft. I'm pumped. I'm excited. I love this format. It's great. It's good. Uh, yeah, I'm feeling very positive about it. We'll see if that continues as I keep playing here. But I think I'm hovering at about 60% right now, which I'm pretty satisfied with. It's a little bit higher than my other format win rates, so I think that that's acceptable. I got the Owl mug for the sheer power level right now. hmm I've been drinking a lot of tea recently, and I like it because I don't get all super freaking weird after drinking like too much coffee, and then I can't like focus. Nice and relaxing. And hopefully this draft is nice and relaxing, and I don't just like flip out. We'll see. Well, maybe I should flip out. I got a nice mythic to start with. 5/5 flying for 5 with ward 2 is like already good enough on its own. Um, and then it factor fictions when you connect. Every time you connect, there's no way that this isn't the right thing to start with. Other notables in the pack are the Abortive Bone Rattle and the Resolute Reinforcements. The commons are all pretty bad. Pretty bad. Outrider, I think, is the best common, but not exactly a high pick because it is a 5-drop. Even though I'm picking a 5-drop here, but this one's insane. I think this wasn't in the pack. I'd probably take the Bortook. This is an important card for the white decks. I think I mentioned this before, that it's kind of like a really nice role player in the white decks, and so maybe this is a little bit better. And you don't typically need to pick up your like finishers for the domain decks super high, but this one is like one of the better ones. It's so good when you actually when you actually get to cast it. That I think that one is a finisher worth picking up relatively high. Um, Here, so we have Citizen's Arrest, Vohar. I don't think it's the Phoenix Chick or the Miasma. And those are really, none of the commons are really worth mentioning here. So do I want to take a white removal spell? And I do like blue-white. Or do I want to take the blue-black 2-drop uncommon? It's kind of tight. I honestly don't know. I think I'm going to take Vohar. So part of the reason for this is Vohar could fit, it's only like, so it's multicolor, but double white is pretty costly. Like if I have a double white and a double blue spell, like I'm like, it's like leaning towards just straight up blue white, which is fine. But double mana cost cards are a little bit trickier to cast than like something like this, where it's like I could ostensibly splash this. So it's not much of a splash card. Um, it's a little more reasonable. And I think the power level is just like a little bit there. Like this, so this is a removal spell, but this is also kind of a removal spell that also sets up my hand in a big way because like later I turn it into a removal spell. So I think Vohar's a little bit better. I think Vohar's a little bit better. It's close. Okay, what do I like here? There's the wastes, not really a high priority. The non-domain lands just aren't really that exciting. There's Flowstone Infusion, Timely Interference, Baird. This is suggesting maybe red-white's a little open. These are all reasonable cards in the red-white deck. But I think I'm going to take a blue card here. The only... So black cards being Phyrexian Warhorse, Shieldred's Restoration. This is not a good card. Don't play this. I'm going to take Timely Interference here because this is a really nice role player in the spells decks, and I've really come around on it. And I want to play blue if possible. I'll play blue if possible. Yeah, and I think the best card here is going to be a blue card, but I don't know which one. So there's Rona. Rona's okay. Rona's okay. The deck I did have Rona, she impressed me a little bit more than I expected. Also protect the negotiators. I might pick this. Doesn't really go with Vohar that well. It does ask you for a white splash. There's also Phyrexian Espionage, but if I'm looking like blue-black, like there's multiple divinations in the color pair, so I don't really need to prioritize this. Do I take Rona? I think I am going to take Rona here. I'm looking like I might be blue-black. If I miss on this, that's fine. Protect the Negotiator is fine, but I'll like try to pick up Essence Scatters or whatever, and you don't really need it. This is kind of replaceable. Yeah, we'll take Rona here and kind of like maybe solidify what I'm looking at. I'm not 100% on that pick there. That could have been a lot of things. Okay, so this is actually interesting. I think I'm going to take Geyser here, but Beachfront and Shadow Prophecy are both reasonable choices, but Geyser's really strong. I'd definitely come around on this card. And it's kind of a sign that, I don't know if other players in my draft have come around on like, or rating this as highly as I am, but it's a sign to me that blue's open. I think the best other cards like Bite Down, kind of missing on that. That's fine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Geyser here. Whoa, Frostfist Strider. Okay, so blue's open. Let's do it. It's the only blue card in the pack, but it's like the best card in the pack. So that's fine by me. A couple fine white commons. Black looks like it might be getting cut, so maybe I'll miss these. Maybe I should have just picked the Protect the Negotiators to just keep myself like mono blue, and that would have been fine, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. Okay, Espionage or another Timely. We'll take the Timely here. I think so. Again, I keep passing on these, but you really don't want too many just card draw effects in your deck that you want some, of course, but if your hand is just full of stuff that like spends your mana drawing more cards, then you can end up in a bad spot if you have to defend yourself. And so I'd rather just take a Timely. Cycles really well. Can result in card advantage if I like get into combat with it. Like it just kind of a more important piece to have. None of this is good at all for me. I could be like blue-green. Green seems like relatively open. But if I'm blue-green, I'm going to take the Pixie Illusionist. I doubt I'll play this card anyways, but let's say I am blue-green and green's the open color. I'm not too worried about this kind of stuff. I'll pick it up. I'll just take the blue card. Probably not going to play this, but I could. Yeah, I'll just take Tide Turner here. Kind of putting off, so I have like a second color kind of lined up, but I don't have to be black. So let's just keep picking the blue cards because none of the rest of this actually is that important. Okay. First time we all got a blue card. I don't think I'll play the Battle Rage Blessing, even if I'm black. So I could take Magnagoth Sentry. No, let's just take the Blessing. It becomes really good when it combo with Sphinx and Frostfist Strider because if I can like use a trick with one of these in combination with the ward, like it's like my opponent will spend their entire turn and then I just get to eat their turn basically. So that's really strong. But here, I'll take Faith Bonder actually. So green seems like the more open color, but I don't think either of these are going to go into my deck. And so maybe if I end up playing blue-white, I will want the 2-drop. I'll take Shield Wall Sentinel in case I end up going the Defender route. Doesn't look like it right now. Here's a drawbridge for the same reason. Super not married to that. Stalker's never making the deck. Yeah, okay, so what about this? So there's Beast Caller. However, this card really wants you to have creatures. I don't have that many. In fact, I'm kind of leaning in a spell's direction, right? Kind of separate like this. But it is really good. So maybe I take it and I try to play blue-green. Green did look like it was kind of the other open color. I don't have to play these black spells. Like, they're not... Vohar's the best one by a lot, but it's not like special or anything. It's just decent. None of the blue cards are that good. It could be the Timely. I don't like Djinn of the Fountain. It's too expensive. A big 6-drop that doesn't actually defend yourself well is really not where you're at. Yeah, I'm going to take Beast Caller as kind of a flyer here. Again, green did look like the open color. I'm going to take this off the Frostfist Strider. Yeah, green looked like the other open color, so maybe I move into like a blue-green type direction, and this actually ends up okay. I kind of maybe regret a little bit some of my other picks, but it's fine. Bunch of good red cards here. Hurloon Battle Hymn is really pretty strong, but I don't think it's worth jumping into like a red, like to pass it over the Frostfist Strider. I don't think so. And the other blue cards are good here too. I know we already have a Frostfist Strider and a Sphinx, so my 5-drop slot's really locked up. But this is a really good 5-drop slot that I have lined up here, so I think that's fine. I would be happy with the Shore Up or the Lookout here. Let's take the Strider. Yo, Tatioba, this is one of the best uncommons too, and I haven't really got a chance to play with it. Okay, so maybe I'm blue-green. I kind of like this. There's also Extinguish the Light. Maybe I'm missing there, but like this is such a good uncommon that I think that this is the way to go here, and I'll try to play blue-green. And then because I'm green, I might be able to splash some of... Well, I'm not really interested in splashing Rona. I could potentially splash Vohar, though I'm not really excited about playing this on a splash. It's a looter, so you want to play it early. You want to, like, you know, cast it on turn 2, and then spend several turns setting up your hand and, like, getting in a really good position. And then later you can use it for the spell effect. Whereas, like, just, like, splashing this, casting it, like, way later in the game, and then, yeah, it buys all my spells back, but, like, that's not, like, super special because... It like could have just been a different spell. Like, I think it's, you know, whatever. What do I like here? So there's Iconoclast to fill up my 2-drop slot. There's Bite Down, which Bite Down might be really important because I do look like I'm playing blue-green, and so just having removal in those colors, I'm going to put these in the board for now. And so having removal in those colors is good, but then there's also Geyser. So what's better? I think it might just be Geyser. Well, why am I putting the Beast Caller in there? As like a second Geyser is just a really nice tempo effect. I'm gonna put this in the board too, and these guys. I might want the Bite Down, but it just doesn't look like. Well, I do have like multiple Frostfist. I think I'm gonna take the Geyser though. I think the Geyser's a little bit better than the Bite Down, not by a lot, but enough. Well, now we don't really have any good blue or green cards. So there's Coral Colony, which is okay. Nice defensive 2-drop. Maybe I do want it. There's also Aquifer, in case I do want to play like some of the black cards. Might be a good place to pick up Aquifer. I could then later like splash like a repossession or something like that. Reasonable. Reasonable. Am I missing by not taking the coral colony? Do I want that? Not a lot. Actually, no, I think I do. I think I do. I think I want to fill up my 2-drop slot. I want like creatures for the Beast Caller. Yeah, we'll take Beachfront here. I got multiple geysers. I could end up picking white cards. There's like Destroy Evil here. This is like kind of the best card in the pack. Kind of drying up. It looks like the person on my left is like playing blue-green, but that'd be insane if they passed me Tatiova. So, it could also be Scout the Wilderness, but I don't really see need for that. So I think this is just a simple Beachfront. In case I pick up any of the green domain cards, helps me splash the Geyser. I think that's fine. Oh, Vine Shaper, sure. Yeah, kind of the best card for me here, and it's one of the better cards in the pack. It's not Haunting Figment, it's not Stair Spitter. Solid 2-drop, draws me a card. I like it. This, I think, is just Sentry. I don't really look like a Colossal Growth deck. I could be, but I think just having a solid like defensive 4-drop is like actually a little bit better. Where'd it go? There it is. Turtle, Broken Wings. I don't really want to play this Turtle, but I don't really want to play this Broken Wings either. I'm going to take Turtle just in case I do want more creatures in the deck. I don't think this Broken Wings would make it no matter what. And we'll take Crusher. I'm not excited about that either, but I'm just kind of cutting my colors here. It's not Stall for time. Let's take Drake. Meteorite just in case. Probably not. Okay, so shaping up to be a pretty good deck, but I am hoping that the third pack goes a little bit better. There was a lot of like kind of weaker picks over the course of that pack. All right, so we got Islet, Geyser, Vine Wall. Do I want the third Geyser? I think I wanted a little more than Islet. Like, Islet's good. But Geyser's like such a high power card. I think it's what I want. I feel like if I just buy time to start slamming these Striders and stuff, I'm going to be in good shape. And these kind of like just buy type tempo effects is also good with Tetiova because I just want to hit land drops, and this helps me hit land drops. I think Geyser's where it's at. Okay, I don't need another 5-drop. I'm going to take Shore Up. There's Joint Exploration. And Devastator. There's a Shivan Devastator. I could splash this. I didn't even look at that, but I'd have to get the splash lands for it. Wow, what a pick. I think I'm going to take Devastator. Like, what's the chances? I'd only have to pick up like a land or two, right? Is it too late to do this? I'd be missing an Exploration or Shore Up. I'm going to try it. This doesn't have to make the deck. I could just end up passing it. This, how many spells do I have? I got 2 Timelies. I'm mostly creatures, actually. 2 Timelies and 3 Geysers, so Terror's okay. There's also Silver Scrutiny. I feel like I don't need to like fatten up my deck very much, so maybe I want the Silver Scrutiny. Well, Terror is really good. I actually don't know what the pick is here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try the Silver Scrutiny. It could also be the Crystal Grotto to try to make the Devastator happen, but no, we'll go with the card draw spell. I actually don't have any in my deck yet, so none of this is really good. There's Impulse, Wall. I'm gonna take the Grotto. The Grotto's kind of bad with Devastator because it's an X spell, so it kind of weakens it a little bit. But still, I think that this is kind of the pick. I don't think I'm gonna miss either of these. It's not Worm. Another Beachfront, another Tide Turner. Well, the pack's kind of drying up on me here. So let's take the Beachfront. I got 3 Geysers. Oh, Illusionist can also help me cast Devastator, so that's good. I don't think it's the Tide Turner. I don't got enough spells. I'll take the Beachfront. Terror or Essence Scatter? I think I need Essence Scatter. I have like no removal to speak of basically, and I have 3 Geysers, so this is actually going to be a really important combo. I think it's going to be better than the Terror. Yeah. Well, kind of a weak pack so far. I'll take Impulse. Not crazy about it. Could make the deck. Another Grotto. Oh, I don't really want to play 2 Grottos. Could play negate. I heard that some players actually like negate a little bit more than I was giving it credit for, so maybe I'll take that. Here I'll take Worm. Again, I have like a bunch of tempo effects in my deck, so like the 5 drops become a little bit more reasonable when I spend my early turns just geysering whatever they play. Take Colossal Growth. I doubt I'll play it. I doubt that Molten Tributary is going to come back around. Maybe I should have prioritized it a little more because I got the Timelies, but I mean it was in the same pack as Devastator, right? This might have been a big pick or a big miss. Like it was definitely like a riskier pick because I really am going to miss that shore up. The Joint Exploration would have been cute, but you don't really need it. I'll take Taurus. This could, I don't like this card, but it could make the deck. Tablet. Same with this. All right, this is nothing. Okay, so I ended up kind of light on removal, which makes me nervous, but high on power level, so that's good. I don't know if Devastator is going to make it. I think the pick I really missed on that more is the shore up because I think kind of the same deal I was talking about the Battle Rage Blessing, which I wasn't like really keen on, but shore up fits in that category way better. All right, so let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I felt like I felt like I had picked a good direction, and then it felt like it dried up a little bit there. So yeah, we'll play the Illusionists and probably both the Timelies. Colony, the Essence Scatter. We'll wait on these. Probably the Tide Turner. All the Geysers. Drake, the Striders, the Sphinx. The Scrutiny. Tatiova. Beastcaller, Vineshaper. Magnagoth. Okay, so this is 18 cards. We'll do some sorting here. Okay, so what else do I like? What else do I need? Probably will play the Negate. I think that seems reasonable. So if I were to play the Devastator, I'd want to play the Grotto and like a Mountain. Seems reasonable. I think maybe what I'll do is I'll fill out my other slots and then see if I want this to be the 23rd. I'm not crazy about Tortoise, but it might actually be the play here. Having 3-drops to follow up Beastcaller is really important. It's got Ward. I don't know. Haven't really seen him play that much. The reason I don't like it is because 3/2s I think are kind of bad in the format because there are a lot of strong 2-drops. And so a lot of the time this will just trade down with something. Which is not great. Even with the enlist, like it'll like allow me to like power pump. So it's like I can attack as like a 5-power, 5/2 ward or whatever. But like it's still going to trade with a 2-drop just as easily. So I don't think that's amazing, but it might be fine. Do I like Tablet? So I tend not to like cards that are in essence lands because it kind of like dilutes your deck a little bit. Like if I play 17 lands plus this card, I'm kind of playing 18 lands. And then it's like a land that I have to spend my mana on, which is bad. But it will help me cast the Devastator if I want to play it. Right? Also, because I have like 5 cards that cycle, I'm a little more inclined to play Devastator because like I'll just as I rip through my deck a little bit, it's more likely that I'll be able to find the red source for it. So I think that that's decent. I think I will play the Impulse because I got Scatter, Negate, Silver Scrutiny. I'm setting my hand a little bit. I tend not to play it, but kind of the same deal as like Inscribed Tablet, though not exactly the same. Where I'm just not keen on cards that I just like spend my mana to like turn it into another card, even though it does give you selection. Selection is good. Don't get me wrong. Like it's nice to have, but paying mana just for selection can get you in trouble sometimes, and so I tend to avoid it unless I have like a clear reason to be like, I need to be running these spells. Otherwise, I'm not really about it. How many creatures is this? 12. I think I need more creatures Right now I'm intending on playing the Devastator. So, what, one more creature? Maybe Worm? Maybe Crusher? Crusher's not great, but it's cheaper. See, I already got like 3 5-drops and then Devastator, which will already be kind of expensive too. So I'm not excited to put another 5-drop in the deck, but these 4-drops that I have, the Turtle and the Crusher, I don't think are that amazing. It's not the Sentinel either. Like I could do the cute thing I was doing before for like Sentinel for Coral Colony, but it could be Mana Worker. Gets another 2-drop in the deck, so it cheapens me a little bit, and then also helps cast Devastator. It's kind of weak. It's a little weak. But not miserably so. So I'm kind of between Devastator, Worm, or maybe Crusher. I think I'll play Mana Worker. I don't want my deck to be too expensive. I got a bunch of card draw, so I'll find my good finishers eventually. So this will just help me not get run over, help cast my Devastator, help cast my Tatiova. Even this can be a thing, you know. It'll also, because I have the Timelies, I got the Geysers. It'll also help me find my kit colors for that. So I'm gonna just be able to cast my kickers a lot more often. Yeah, I think that's good. All right, so we'll go like this. And so I have 14 lands to play, or 14 lands to add. I'm going to add 1 mountain and call that good. I don't want to go crazy with the mountains. So we'll get a mountain in there. I need to spend my gems on some sick lands. I need to get some lands I'm happy with. Is there a sort by color button? I feel like this should be easier to do. Maybe I'll know. Oh, that ain't it. Whatever. Okay, so I have to add 13 lands. I already have 2 blue sources, but I'm mostly blue. But the double green on Tatiova is important. I probably didn't have to be green. Looking at the green cards that I ended up with, it just seemed like green actually didn't end up panning out. But 2 of my green cards are 2 of my best cards. So, I don't know. Yeah, so we will add... How many forests do I want? If I add 5 forests, that becomes 8 islands. That's probably a little... So what if I do 6 forests? It only gives me 7 green sources. So yeah, six forests, 7 islands gives me 9 blue sources, 7 green sources, one of them being Grotto. But 7/6 doesn't seem right. Well, actually, maybe it is. Part of the reason I want to lean towards green a little bit more is, first of all, the double green on Tatiova. There's double blue on Frostfist Strider and Sphinx, but because they're my 5-drops, I can wait to find double blue a little bit longer. So, and Silver Scrutiny. So I'm not as worried about those. And you want to cast Beast Caller when you have it as one of your first spells. So waiting for a green source for Beast Caller is really kind of bad. Plus, I got the mana Worker. This mountain's looking ugly. Yeah, so if I do 7 green, 6 islands, it's 8 and then 9 with the Grotto. It's not amazing. But I really don't think I want to only do 7 green sources. Actually, no, I think that's going to have to be fine. I think I do want to just do 6 forests. The Beast Caller is a consideration, but I think I just got to be able to cast the rest of my spells a lot easier. So 6, and then 7 islands. 6, 7. I think that this is so it's 9, 10. Nah, I'm gonna, oh boy. I wish I could do a half of each. If I could do 6 to half of each, I'd be so happy. But of course I can't. You know what? I got Pixie Illusionist too, so leading on a blue is going to be a lot better. Yeah, we're going to do it like this. Okay, cool. Deck looks decent. I didn't really get a lot of removal, but I do have a high power level, so we'll see if that's good enough. I will see for round one. Okay, round one. We're on like the blue-green strong cards. I don't really know what else to call it. It's not really control. It's not really aggro. It's just it's blue-green power level. You know, I like this hand. What starts on swamp? Oh, Battlefly Swarm. That's fine. Okay. Probably just gonna cycle this on the swarm. Taste it. Oh, I got my mountain. Okay. What are you up to, opponent? Nothing. Yeah, we'll play the mountain. Mm-hmm. Nothing. So what do? I think I get the beachfront play. I did this turtle. The turtle doesn't really do me a lot right now, and soon I'll be able to cast turtle with one of my counters up. I wonder sometimes if I'm too conservative with my counters. I don't know. By that I mean, like, do I really want to spend the turn not casting turtle? The thing is, if I cast turtle, then again, if they're not casting anything, it looks like they have like a bunch of cards in their hand that are removal, and so the turtle gets around it, unless it is um, Flowstone Infusion, which playing turtle and then letting them infusion is kind of bad. No, I think I just go beachfront. Like, if they're not doing anything with their mana, I'm fine. Yep, swarm me. Vivisector? Well, I don't want to counter that. Oh. Now what? Well, now I'm kind of inclined to run stuff out so that my Devastator doesn't die. Yeah, I'll just cast it. It's fine. Part of the reason I'm doing this turn is because next turn I can cast Strider. So say they do cast something nasty on this turn, I can Strider tap it. Yeah, I'm just going to block. No reason not to here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Kind of annoying, but not bad. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to jam Strider, and I'm actually going to tap the Battlefly Swarm so that they can't defend against it. I'll probably just block Rager here if they attack. I mean, it's fine. Like, maybe they got Fury Spell or whatever, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. Then again, on a later turn, I can maybe negate. Oh, okay. And kick it. All right. Oh. So I could take it. They clearly got Bellow or something. So what do I think of that? Part of me wants to just wait and so I can negate on like a future turn and like eat their stuff. Then again, I can't really block the Atrocity. So maybe I just like I do have to block here and then let them do the Furious Bellow because I don't want to take a bunch of damage. And then because I'm not going to be able to stop Atrocity anytime soon. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Geyser. Hmm. I could Geyser kick the Swarm. Doesn't seem very good. What do I think of that? part of me wants to wait on, like, I could, like, it's annoying that this is a tap land. If this wasn't a tap land, what I would do is I'd Geyser Kick and then leave one of these up, but I can't. And I think I do want to kick this. I think I'm actually just going to slam a Devastator, see what they do on their turn. Like, they can get a big attack back in. That's going to happen. But now I can, like, so they might leave Battlefly Swarm back, and I can, like, use Geyser to both bolster my life total and, like, get attacks with the Devastator through, and then maybe even Essence Scatter the Swarm. Yeah, so this tells me that they don't have a removal spell, or they don't want to use it at least. Which means things are about to get spicy for them. Kick it. Hang on. So I'm actually going to play the island first. I want to play the beachfront, but the problem is if I play the beachfront and they like do anything in response to me doing this, I'm shields down for my negate. What do you got? Lightning Strike me. What could this be? So I'll go to 11. Yeah, I think that's fine, because if there's anything else that's going to get me, I can negate that. Right? Because this will put me to 11. They have 4 here. So I'll go to 7. Even if they have like Warhost Frenzy, like I could stop that with the negate. And now I'm tempted to just let them Battlefly Swarm me a little bit. Oh, okay. Or by that I mean like let them block the Devastator because now I have the Sphinx. Actually, no, I'm going to Essence Scatter that. The reason I'm doing this is because it puts them on a 2-turn clock, and then I'm going to be able to cast Sphinx. Lightning Strike me. Okay. What else you got? So I'm at 4. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So I can play the Pixie Illusionist for 1. Or I can play the Sphinx plus negate. So yeah, I think I attack. Actually, do I attack? They have 2 cards in hand. So if I play Sphinx and keep negate up and I have both of these back, they actually can't I could just attack for lethal on the next turn, right? Is that too conservative? I don't think so. They'd have to like kill both of my creatures. Whereas like if I just play Sphinx and then they have a way to get through it, or they can just like pump Atrocity somehow, I die. No, I think I do this. And then I cast Sphinx. Beachfront. Let's see what you got. I think I'm okay because of the negate. It's possible I'm not, though. If it's, what, Outrider, I die? I die to Outrider, and I should have negated something. No. Well, I don't die to Outrider. I die to Furious Bellow. Yeah. If this is Battle Rage Blessing, that's really, 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 really bad. If it's Furious Bellow, I die if I don't block. If it was Furious Bellow, they would have attacked with both. It's Flowstone Infusion. Oh my god. Oh no, I can't believe I lost that. I guess I should have thought of Flowstone Infusion. I just didn't think an attack with just that one made sense. It looked like they were trying to bait me with another Battle Rage Blessing, because then I lose both of my creatures, and then I just die. That's really upsetting. All right, round 2. Man, I'm really annoyed with myself for losing that one. That didn't have to happen. That really didn't have to happen. This is a good hand. I suppose I should have thought of Flowstone Infusion. I thought they had it on a previous turn too. I didn't think about it. Let's play my cards out. No reason to leave the Essence Scatter up right now. Blue-white. Wrath, okay. Kind of a problem. Rootwall, yeah. Do I enlist for the 1 additional power point? I don't think so. Okay. I think I'm just going to timely here so I can hit my land drop. Yeah, perfect. Okay, when you draw a card. Might get beat up by Wrath here, we'll see. Looking for a blue source to unlock my hand. Yeah, I like Geyser, but I think I just got to take the blue. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think I just jam Sphinx. I think that's fine. Alternatively, I could wait Essence Scatter plus Silver Scrutiny, but nah, just jam Sphinx. Get this going. They don't really have anything that can actually deal with it right now, based on their mana. I only get to draw, but I too will get to draw soon. Yeah, a couple of white sources. This might be what is it? They might Citizens Arrested on a future turn, but I'm gonna get a good whack in and draw. You know, draw a card. 1 top, 2 bottom. All right. Impulse. So I could go Impulse, find a land, Tatiova, play the land. Actually, let's attack with Sphinx first. They're going to separate those into 2 piles. I'll probably just take the land. Oh. I think this is an easy one. Play Tatiova. Play Crystal Grotto. This island. Put this on the bottom. Now I have an Essence Scatter and an Impulse ready to go. End turn. Hand's looking good. I cannot believe I lost that first game. I'm still hurting a little bit, I gotta be honest. Shalai's Acolyte. I think not. Are they casting that for 5? Why didn't they kick it? Why didn't they kick it? Nah, regardless. Okay, they just concede. Cool, well, we got out of that one. By got out of that, I mean we were in good shape. The only thing I was scared of was Wrath there. So yeah, deck looks insane if I could just run off. I really got to shake that first match off, though. It's like, you guys know what I mean? Like, when it's like you, like, lose a game, but now it's, like, lurking in the back of my mind. Like, I was, like, an inch away from winning that. I even, like, made the right choice of, like, not double play. I got to move past it. I got to move past it. All right, see you for round 3. All right, round 3 it is. Round 3. We're up against Tupac. All right. Oh, this looks like a good hand. I like it. Gonna get to cast whatever I want, basically. Turtle's still pretty weak, but that's fine. Keep it. Let's go. Let's roll. Timelies aren't amazing in my deck. They're fine. They mostly just cycle, but that's okay. I'm playing enough creatures to make the Beast Caller worth it that actually I will get in combat a decent amount. So they could have meaning, but it's not like I'm playing like a bunch of like Tolarian Terrors or whatever. Opponent's got some deep thoughts over there. They're truly considering their options. They were thinking about their mulligan hand too, so like maybe they really do like have just like something on their mind, you know? Like they I don't know, have like a really awkward sequencing coming up here, and so they're just trying to think of how to make it less awkward. I mean, I do that too, you know? Yeah, I thought it was something like that. Okay. Right on top it goes. Yeah, if they cast a creature, I'm just cycling the timely, that's fine. Yeah. Perfect. Here we go. I'm not sure if I cast the Tortoise or the Drake. I'll probably block here. Oh, they got an expiration. Okay. That's actually kind of reasonable. Like I said, I kind of missed passing this, but now the Devastator did make my deck, so I'm pretty okay with how that went. I get to ramp. Yeah. Yeah, which is better here, actually? Which is better? Probably the Tortoise, I think. Well, I'm probably not blocking with either, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, because if they have a green pump, so I could, if I play the Tortoise and then they attack and they don't play another land type, I could double block, but if they have a green pump, I do lose both my creatures. Because really any of them will do that. Well, Gaia's might won't. Nevertheless, I think I'm going to get the Tortoise going. Nah, Drake just seems better. If I don't cast the Tortoise for a long time, I won't be sad. It's fine. It's actually more reasonable that the Drake starts getting attacks in. Oh, Beast Caller Roan, okay. Can't really attack, can you? No? Okay. Illusionist. Yeah, so my Geyser is actually really good against the Beast Caller. Good turn for me. And I have a good hand. Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's actually kind of a problem. Well, no, they only have two. They only have two land types, right? So unless they get a third land type, and even then they'll only get to put one counter on Rootwalla, so it's actually not even all that scary. Wait, it's when it becomes tapped. So actually, I think I'm going to tap it with the Frost Fist. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack with these two using the Mana Worker, and then tap it with the Frost Fist because they won't block the Tortoise. Yeah, here we go. And what they might do is block with the Beast Caller, put the counter on something with Beast Caller, and then I can eat the counter with the Geyser. Yeah, that looks like what's happening, maybe. I'll just take it. Okay. Yeah, so we'll go Strider first on Zarajanin. Right, Zarajanin? Yeah, because I don't want them to like play a land type and then attack with it. I think it's fine. And then also like all of their other stuff requires an investment to actually tackle with my Frostfist Strider. I got a bunch of mana. They got a bunch of mana. We'll see what they do. I like my spot, but it's possible that if they got some high power in their hand that they get out from under it. My creature quality is fine, but it's a little weak. Whereas all of their creatures are really pretty good. Oh, interesting. I wonder if they got a timely. Oh, Geyser, you say? Okay. See, I think I play Geyser, kicking Beast, or kick, bounce Beast Caller. I can't attack with the Drake if I do that, but that's okay. Um, yeah, well, we'll add to the power. I don't think Drake's blocking, so sure. So they have a Beast Caller and an Unknown. Zar can't really do anything. I don't see a reason to just jam this Illusionist here, so. Uh-huh. Divine Wall. Okay. Ah, they got their plans. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What is this? Oh, this might get bad. Jeez. Okay. Well, I'm suddenly in a much worse spot. There's no way attacking here is reasonable for them. Beast Caller my own. So I might attack with Frostfist Strider. Oh my god, that's so bad. That Chaplain is so bad. Because if they go Chaplain and then attack with Zarajanin, like that's horrible for me. So I might attack with Strider, see what happens. Their best block's kind of like here, maybe. Yeah, we'll just attack with Strider. Four, five, six, seven, eight. So they can't recast. If I bounce Zar, I'll just take it. Well, now what? If I let them go Chaplain plus Zar, I'm so likely to lose this game. So I think I go Geyser first. Yeah. Impulse, huh? I really need to get lands. I think one of the ways I win this game is by going off with Tatiova. So part of me wants to cast this Impulse. You see why I don't like this card? Like here I am staring like my mana is all choked up, and it's like I have this card that does nothing until I like spend mana on it, and I have my resources are so limited. Yeah. Do I get the Beast Caller going? Maybe, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. So they can go Chaplain. Uh-huh. They can't cast Czar this turn, which is good. But now it's like I just like can never attack. Yeah, this is getting bad. This is getting bad. I can't really go wide against it either. I could cast Divine Shaper Kicked. Hopefully find a land, and then get one of my other cards out of my hand. Yeah. Can't cast... Oh, I can cast Devastator. But if I get the land, I can start casting other stuff. So if they attack me in the air with the Chaplain, with the tokens, which they probably won't, I think I'm going to take Devastator, as weird as it is, because it's like kind of unbeatable on the board. Like they'll cast Czar, right? And then on my next turn, I can attack with the Devastator for a bunch in the air, and it's going to be difficult for them to actually beat this. Alternatively, I could get Frostfist Strider, but that won't actually help Drake get through. My other option is like land, casting like Impulse. I'm going to take Devastator. Do I just cast Pixie Illusionist? I don't think so. Uh-huh. Beast Caller's getting big. It's a big boy. And one card in hand. That's brave. I guess they're working on me eventually, I guess. My life total is so high. I really hope they do this attack. I don't know what they have in their hand, but please do this attack. Oh, okay. It makes me wonder. Now I'm nervous what they have in their hand. I don't think that they would consider that if they didn't have a good hand going. I'm actually going to block with Beast Caller so I can get a counter on here so they actually can't. It saves a bunch of life, and also I'm going to get a counter on Drake. So now that they can't just block Drake and kill it, depending on what their hand card is. Yeah, okay. Well, let's see what you got. Hopefully it's not a counter. Nope. Uh-huh. And then if I draw another land, I just enter the fountain. That's fine. Okay. Attacking with Czar only adds 1 counter to this. Which isn't bad, but... Like, Finewall gets a counter. Okay. This is really brave. Mhm. So if I go Tatiova, land, serve, so what I think I'm going to do, they can like eat Drake, block Devastator, take 3, go to 1, and then I still have Devastator, and they'll probably eat the land actually. Right. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to attack with this. So it's 1, 2, 3. So I'll probably cast Impulse too. Does it up to 1 target light? Okay, like that. And I'll let them eat 1. You can double block on Devastator too, but that's fine. Yeah, and so then because they're at 1, I'm actually going to cast Pixie Illusionist and keep the Impulse up, because this is a lethal threat now. This is a tough game. I think I'm okay, but it really depends on what my opponent has in their hand. There's a lot of things I can find off the Impulse, though, that'll actually be good enough. Like, I have a feeling I'm going to be able to find one of my geysers. I mean, not, there's only 1 geyser left in the deck. Yep, my island, that's good. You can attack with Beast Caller. I don't think I'm going to block. I don't think they can, like, sneak 10 damage in. And then the thing is, if I block with, like, Mana Worker, then, well, I want to land, I think. I could take the Negate. Negate will actually stop anything bad from happening, and I certainly kill them. Hang on. Because I got 1, 2. I get to attack with 3. Yeah, Negate locks it up in a way that a land does not, and I could just draw a land. Yeah, okay. What else you got? All right, we got there. Dang. Tough game. Tough game. Look, I got so scared when I saw that Chaplain. The opponent had a pretty good deck. It's pretty good. Tatiova was like a huge MVP there, though. I don't know if the Devastator pick was right. This turned out to be correct, but like this is one that like it didn't have to. Like depending on how things went, that could have been very bad. Really sick game though. All right, we are 2-1. See you for round 4. Okay, we're 2-1. So one thing I want to clarify about the end of that game there too is I think Negate was like way superior to a land because oh yeah, this is a hand. I think Negate was superior to a land because of like cards like Rona's Vortex on Tatiova would make my lands lose flying, and that would be very bad. So yeah. So no, I'll just play the beachfront. I could cycle the timely here, but I think it's better to just get the tap land to play. Way up against mono red. That's kind of scary. I'm probably going to impulse at end of turn. I could timely on this turn, but it just doesn't seem that important. I want to be more mana efficient. Yeah, mono red. Okay. Here we go, wasting my time on an impulse. I'm so negative when I'm like down on a card. I'm just like I can't shut up about it, but it's really how I feel. I don't need forest. I don't need the negate. Yeah, just like my land drops. Beast Caller. Yeah, I'll just go Beast Caller, and then I have a timely on the same turn, so this seems fine. Coming close to buying myself enough time. Lightning Strike. Yeah. I'm take 4 here. 5. Nice. Okay. So my next couple plays are kind of decent though. Oh, Geyser. Yeah, I want that. So we go Sentry. So Sentry block's really good this turn. And then Strider is also quite good. Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, no blocks. So I was going to Strider, but because they couldn't attack with these two, and because my life total's so low, I could lock down the Kavu, but what if they go like land strike strike or something like that? Or they go like land um like battle him. Well, neither of these can attack still. So I don't know. Then again, I get to play this tap the beachfront. What's actually a better play here? It might be Strider Lockdown Kavu. I don't know. It just seems like so scary to do that when instead I could like eat their turn, give them no attacks, draw a card. Yeah, I think this is a little bit better. Yeah. Oh. If this is Destroy Evil, it's kind of bad. Could be a bunch of stuff. Mm-hmm. Sure. So I think I Strider that this turn. Alternatively, I could just get Devastator going, but no, I think well, yeah, I could get Devastator going as a 5/5. The only card I'm scared of is Thrall to the Pit. But if I play this as a well, it'd be a 4/4, but that'd be fine because then on a follow-up turn I can Strider plus Essence Scatter up. So I'm sacrificing a little bit of size on the Devastator, just like a little bit to be more mana efficient on future turns, which is really important. Yeah, I think Devastator as a 4/4 pass is a little bit better. If they, yeah, I think this is the way to go. Oh, that's bad. If this is Strike Team, that's really, really, really bad. Okay. Uh-huh. Oh, now I draw my mountain. So I will play it. I'll tap Tori. Do I attack? I don't think so. Because if I attack with Devastator, I still can't really block that well. Attacks. can start making tokens of this. It's kind of bad. Phalanx? No. I'm in such a bad spot, though, I don't really know how I ever actually get out from under it. Okay. Because they're going to get to make an army of 1/1s now. I basically just have to make sure that they never ever have attacks ever. Which I don't know how I do that. Oh. Man, opponent's deck is really good. I'm just drawing a straight lands. I might be dead, gang. Geyser here's one of my best draws. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Jeez. Opponent's deck is insane. Can I even live? No, because they get to attack with the dragon too. Wow, that was such a beating. Opponent's deck was insane. Like, truly insane. So I don't feel too bad about that one. I'm now especially regretting my round 1 loss, though, because now I'm at 2 losses. And it didn't have to be this way. All right, see you for the next one. All right, round 5, we're 2-2. This deck is pretty good. I'm hoping we can, like, close it out from here, but I don't know. Opponent goes first again. I'd also love to be on the play at some point. This hand isn't great, but I'm going to keep it. That's not a good draw. It'll be good eventually, but I need, like, green sources. The reason I kept this hand is because I do have plays and I have a card draw spell this cycle, so it'll, like, help me find stuff. Seems fine. What's this? Okay, 2/2. Well, that's not my plans. Or forest. That's alright. Huh. That's okay. Island is a bad draw. Let's go Drake. Under a little bit of pressure, but not a lot. Outrider. That hurts. Can't bounce that. Yeah, I think I'm going to Geyser kick the Gardener just to slow their mana down. Not that that's like super important, but then no attacks. I really don't like my spot. Next turn is Silver Scrutiny plus Negate, like depending on how things go. I'm hoping that they were counting on that Gardener to have a good turn. Looks like they're thinking about it. I mostly did that to like buy some life and cycle. Okay, yeah. I got a forest. All right, so I'm guessing it's going to be Forest Gardener. Ruwala. Oh, that's kind of a problem. Well, here's a forest. Yeah, I suppose it casts Sentry. That's fine. So they get 3. They currently make this a 5/5. Okay. Oh, that's still bad, actually, because now they can attack with both. In their hand is Gardener. So if I don't block, I take 9. If I do, because I'm almost certain that they're not going to cast Gardener. I don't know what their last hand card is. So part of me wants to use the Drake to eat their turn. right? Because if I take 9 here, I go to 5, I'm so likely to just die. I think I have to block. I think I'm dead, gang. I think I'm dead. Oh, Strider. Okay, that was actually really good. Tapping Root Walla here, of course, because I can actually trade with Outrider. I got a removal spell. That's a bite down. If it's a bite down, they would play like Gardener first, maybe. Try to bite down on the Gardener. They don't know if I have Timely or not, so actually maybe they wouldn't. Force is good. Gardener's a good sign. Well, I can't play Tatiova. I think I just have to jam a big Scrutiny. No reason to just draw 2 with it. Though maybe that is what I need to do. Draw 2 with it. Maybe I should have done that. Draw 2 with it. See if I got a Forest, and then with Forest, it wouldn't have worked anyways. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm wondering if I should jam Scrutiny and then try to get a Geyser. It's a little weak though. It's a little weak, and it only works if I get Geyser. What else is good here though? What'll actually save me from anything? Nothing, I don't think. I think I gotta maybe just get like a huge hand. Blue? Okay. Vine Shaper Prodigy. Nah, I don't think I can afford to let them do that. I both can't let them apply to the board, and this is like kind of like, so I'm missing 2 cards by using the mana that I would use for the Silver Scrutiny, but it's getting a creature off of their board and preventing a card draw from them. Just that. No. No blocks. Sure. It's 5/5. Starting to turn around. We'll see. Don't feel good. Well, I still can't really use the Tatiova like I want to. What I can do is go Tatiova. I don't think I'm going to save for negate, so we'll go like that. Okay, next, no text, no turn. Okay, so now I have Timely, so I can like block with the Strider, or like beat a bite down or something. Turning it around slowly. Maybe I shouldn't have gained a life this turn, but oh. Oh no! I just like went past the damage. I didn't use my Timely. That was so bad. I just threw the game away. I just was like so focused on like thinking about other stuff that I just goofed it. Okay. Well, we can maybe still get out of this. Do I attack? Mm, I think so. This will put him to 17, and then I'll have 5. I can't believe I did that. That was one of the worst plays I've made in a while. They have 1 card in hand. I'm at 7. I actually might double block here. A little awkward, but what can I do, you know? Do I trade off with that gardener, or I just let them do that? No, I think I gotta kill Rubala. I think there's no choice here. Mhm. I goofed that about as hard as you can goof anything. All right. Well, I hope I can forgive myself for this draft because I'm about to lose on like 2 huge mistakes. Barricade. That's fine. Yeah. Sure. Tide Turner. Feel really good with the negate in my hand. And I am going to wait on the timely because I'll be able to eat Gardner with that. Not that that's the most important thing, but I'll probably cycle it at the end of turn though, so I can increase my chance of hitting a land and actually having a nice lethal attack. Well, actually, I don't really need to because if I get 6 in, they go to 5, and then I get another 6 attack in. We'll see. Tail swipe. So I think I'm just going to cycle timely. Wait. Right, because it'll go up to 2. Yeah, and then I can if they do have anything else, I can just negate. But this like beats it on its own. Yeah, great. Okay. Yeah. This scrying drew. Okay. My hand is good. Swamp. Writhing Necromancy. All right. Oh. Well, I'll absolutely trade here. I'm just going to sacrifice it. Okay. Tap the Strider. Attack with all because they're tapped out. I don't think I got to fear anything. They're at 6. They're going to be able to gain some amount of life with the barricade. I think I got out of this despite goofing horribly and being in a really bad spot. What do you got for me? Yeah, I was watching a Gabriel Nassif video, and he was talking about actually playing Negate, and it's a little bit better than people think it is. And I gotta actually kind of agree. I've been feeling really good about Negate. It's another creature? No. Oh, I should have played Beachfront. What was I doing? Actually, I just attack with everything, right? Because you can go up to 7. I'm so distracted, gang. I'm just like, I'm whiffing all the time. All right, we got there despite horrible misplays. Despite horrible game-ending misplays, it didn't actually end the game. So we are 3-2. Squeaking by. Let's keep it going. All right, round 6. Round 6. Opponent goes first again. At least we got a really good hand. Been on the draw a lot, though, and I think this deck really benefits from being on the play. Because I have a decent enough top end and a bunch of tempo effects, it just matters a lot more. What's this? Goblin, sure. Leading with Beast Caller is strong. I have like a really good like 2, 3, 4, 5 plan here, so. Absolutely not. Okay. Here I think I'm gonna play Drake, attack, and then I think that's fine. I think it's too passive to sit here and block because it's just going to trade with one of these 2 creatures anyways. And so if they want to trade, then I'll just move the counter and that's fine. And then if not, well, actually maybe I do. Maybe I do sit back because I can trade here. No, I think, well, letting this get up to a 4/4 is actually a big game because it really blocks up their stuff. But the problem is, if I feel like if I don't attack here, they like say they like kill Drake, they could like kill Drake with something and then attack, and then I'm like in a really bad spot where I then have to block. It's like I'm making the trade anyways. Plus I don't get the counter. So yeah, my hand's really good. I see no reason to like play so conservatively that like, yeah. See, I'm fine with this. Put the counter on the Drake. No reason to like play so risky with my hand as good as it is. Yeah, if they got something here, that's fine. Like, are they going to 2-for-1 themselves? Oh. I mean, I guess it made their Smash to Dust good. And a Pixie Illusionist for 1. Okay. Well, I got a block now. They're missing land drops. Missing land drops, by the way, is super good. I wonder if they know this has reach. If they trick this, that's fine too. Okay. Well, this card is basically unkillable. They'd have to go like land another Pixie Bone Splinters or something like that. A Strider. Uh-oh. I am just going to jam this. I mean, maybe they kill it, but so it goes. I'm just going to concede. No? Maybe I shouldn't play this because of Fire's a Victory. Or not Fire's a Victory. Temporal Firestorm. Tribute. Okay. Or were you just like goofing me? You were like lying? A War Leech. 3/3. Okay. I'll play Beachfront. Play Strider. I think this game's pretty much just playing itself at this point. Really not too much to say. We're just gonna. I just got ahead of my opponent. I'm just gonna smash him to death at this point. Oh. I actually don't want the Devastator because I can't make the red. I'll just take the Scrutiny. Yeah, good game. I mean, it's on you to concede. Well, I can't imagine. Like, they have to kill something here, though. Oh, yeah, all right. It was Bone Splinters to kill it. Okay. Oh, no. Haha. All right, that's fine. And then I'm going to get to draw a brand new hand here, so. I'm actually just going to main phase this. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm just going to main phase this because there's no reason not to, and this prevents them from having, like, negate or something. Mm-mm. Kick it. They did have the negate. Look at this. I'm a genius. Oh, I could have negated that negate. I'm an idiot. Remember how I said I'm a genius? I'm not. Okay. Yeah, I got a little on autopilot there. I was like, oh, they had it. I was so I was so like baffled. Is this it? Is this Fires of Victory? Show me. Or not fire. I keep saying that. Temporal Firestorm. Let's see it. Let's go. Oh no. All right. Okay. Just got ahead of our opponent there. Our opponent had a really weak card quality. Yeah. Man, imagine if I like hadn't done that though, and then like they like suddenly flipped the board on me somehow. I was like running out of resources. That's so goofy. And I tell you what, I have like not been. I was just talking about negate. I have not been negated much this format. Most people don't play this. So yeah, worked out. All right, 4-2. Okay, round 7. Round 7. Is this a hand? It is. It's on the play, which is really good because it's a little slow, but I think I'll be okay. I also need a blue source. Pretty much anything is getting geysered here. Yeah. Oh, blue source. Yeah, we'll just geyser it. It's fine. Cycle, use my mana. Way too conservative to not do that. Especially because I'm going to get to run away here in a second. Tortoise, sure. Play Sentry. I don't know if I'm going to cast Strider or Sphinx first yet. Probably Strider. Oh, another root wall. Okay. Geyser. Yeah, I think I'm going to Strider one of the root wallas. Well, what could they have that could actually kill Sphinx at this point? Like nothing? Yeah, actually, I think I just play Sphinx. Like, what actually kills it? Like Bone Splinters? They could Bone Splinters. Can't actually block root wallas right now. But that's fine. A Green Widow. Oh, okay. Yeah. Do I trade this? I think I do. Yeah. No reason to take damage here. it can't really effectively block the Rualas anyways. The fact that my opponent has like a million Rualas is actually kind of good in a way. So I think I want to use Geyser, kick it, keep Essence Scatter up. They'll recast the Green Widow, I'll Essence Scatter it. The reason why I do that is because I want to be able to, it's just more mana efficient, basically. Oh, actually, so maybe I could just attack first. No, we'll just attack. If they want to block, that's actually okay. Timely or these two? Suppose I'll take the Timely? Because this is not very important. I could use another land here soon. And Timely is likely to find me one. Timely is really annoying for them, though. Actually, it doesn't really accomplish much, does it? Still, I think it's better. Yeah, so we'll go Geyser, kicked. And turn. Okay. So if they cast Green Widow, which they could, I'll just Essence Scatter it. Yep. I get to attack back for a bunch. Now the thing is, I'm no longer scared of the Green Widow because they'll be able to get it back for 5, but it enters back tapped, so it's like really slow. Oh, and a negate. That's really good too. Well, let's hit first. Really good. Yeah, we'll go this way. The Geyser's nice, but I think I want the land and the Timelies more. I maybe could have waited on the Strider, but I don't think so. I think this is fine. Having negate here is really important. Because this is the turn where they can have Extinguish the Light and kill my Sphinx. You can't really afford to attack, can you? No? Okay. They see both of my Timelies. Grotto. Any reason to play that? So if I attack, they block with 1, they pump. I could go Timely, Timely. It doesn't actually save anything, does it? But it does eat up all their mana. They're probably planning on getting the Green Widow back, right? So I actually think I want to cast Pixie Illusionist, so we'll just... And they can't actually block Strider without... and also get the Green Widow back. They could block Strider. This becomes, what, a 5/5. And then I go both Timelies. Yeah, so if they block Strider, that's fine. Yeah, okay. Oh, they just let me do it. Okay. Tribute to Urborg on that. Yeah, I think that that's fine, right? I see no reason to negate that. I think it's way too important that I keep the Sphinx alive. Okay. So I think my plan here is to go Ranger, Prodigy. Yeah, because that's kind of what I figured. So I'll go with these two. Now, do they have like Drag at the bottom or something? So yeah, I'll go Crystal Grotto. Don't want that. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, keeping negate up, yeah. So we'll cast a Beast Caller. We'll go Prodigy, kicked. That looks fine to me. Make them feel what I got in my hand. Oh. Yeah, it's fine. I'll just take Island. Don't need the beachfront. And then, yeah. And then I basically don't have to fear anything because I have negate. And Green Widow comes into play tapped. Right, the Necromass. Yep, okay, cool. Got there. Sphinx just beat the crap out of him. Sphinx is so good. A little scary. Something the Ruwal is such a good creature. It's just like so difficult to block in combat. It's like it is like definitely a lesson on like threat of activation, right? Even with multiple, they get a little awkward multiples because you can't do it to all of them, obviously. It is expensive. This card is so awkward to fight, though. I really like it. All right, cool. That was 4 wins, I think, or 5. I can't remember. I don't know. I'll see for the next one. It was, in fact, 5 wins. So here we are for round 8. Here we are for round 8. I'm hoping we can do it. Oh, this hand ain't going to get there. Yikes. Oh my god, so bad. That's all right. What do I get rid of? There's merit for any one of these 3. It's not one of these 2 because these are spells I can cast. Frostfist is going to need double blue. Shivan's going to need me to find my 1 red, but it's like kind of my best card. I'm going to get rid of the Shivan, I think. Because I need to find the red. And it's like kind of like, say I get behind, Frostfist Strider's way better from behind. Things don't bode well, though. I drew my forest. Man. I was hoping we wouldn't go out like this. They lead on Balmor. Well, I got a blue. That's a good start. There's a good chance Beastcaller just dies here, and then Balmor gets a big whack in. If not, though, I can make a game out of it. And the fact that they didn't just snap this off suggests to me that maybe I'm okay. So I have decent follow-ups. I'm not crazy about my spot, but this could be serviceable. Beastcaller has really not made much of an appearance in this draft. It's a good card. Mega Domain over there. Geyser, okay. Yeah, that's okay. Tortoise, not great. Again, I just jammed Beastcaller. Like, I could have cast one of the other, like, the 3 drops, but it just doesn't seem like where it's at. Like, I want Beastcaller, if he doesn't die this turn and I just get to cast a spell next turn, like, is just already a better card. Interesting. This is not what I expected. What is this for my opponent? It's like full domain. Interesting. Okay. Did they miss? They missed on Vine Ball. Okay, my other forest is really bad. They're just drawing straight forests. I'm only playing a couple of them. Island for sure. I'd like the white, but I'm going to want to play Strider next turn, so no. Well, I'm feeling a little bit better about my spot. I did not expect him to go Vine Wall, Vine Wall. That's insane. They got like a full boat on tap. I just don't think I do anything but except for cast Strider. Like Essence scattered here. Oh, okay. Serve. I see no reason not to serve with this. Like maybe they do like some sort of trickery and get like double spells off. They get like double block, I guess. Colossal Growth. Oh, all right. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. I think I put it on Frost Fist, or do I make this a 4/4? So I have two 4/4 threats. Yeah, I think I actually go like that. Wait. Distribute X. Yeah. I think having two 4/4s is a little bit better, though it's close. Najal. Okay. That's not great. Yeah, if you just want to block, that's fine. And then here I think I just play two creatures rather than play Magnagoth. Feeling way better about my spot, though my hand is weak. If I draw some of my good cards here, though, I'll be okay. Opponent's just like, I have no idea what's up over there. Frost Fist, huh? Okay. It's decent. Scrutiny was a great draw. Do I dare enlist? Yeah, I think I do this attack. Perfect. All right, kind of the same rationale as before. I'm just going to jam this so I don't. And I'll pay the full 5. Yeah. Okay. Well, my spot has gotten way better. Sure. 3 lands. Okay, and you have 4 mana. Right. I should have waited on that. I think I'm going to Geyser Soul Tender. I'm not as scared of Balmor now that I have like a really good hand or a good board, and they're just like into a solid life total. Yeah, I should have waited and played Beachfront. That's okay. What's this? Lightning Strike on that. Okay. Well, do I just Geyser Balmor then, and let them? Like I can Geyser Balmor, and then they'll have Balmor and this to play, and I can Essence Scatter the Balmor. No, I think I just play Magnagoth. I think this is better. Unless they drew a really good creature this turn. That's kind of bad. I think I'll be okay, though. Yeah, Soul Tender, sure. Right. And they got a board took in the grave. So what do I do? What do I do? I think I'm going to Geyser Soul Tender. And then I keep the Essence Scatter up. So I Geyser Soul Tender Smash. Yeah, so let's do that first. Island, sure. I take it? Okay. Right, and then I play Beachfront, Colony. They have how many cards? 17? Same as me. End turn, okay. And they can only cast one of their creatures this turn, so Essence Scatter really hurts. So first we smash. They go to 1. And then I'll cast Pixie Illusionist. Actually, heck, because I'm not scared of anything, I'm just going to cycle, because it also doesn't really save me from anything, so there's a good chance I draw another creature this turn. Oh, Geyser. Yeah, okay. I think they just lose. Uh-huh. Right. Yep, that's it. Cool, we got there. Jeez, I was really scared that game. When my opponent led on Belmore, I was like, oh, I'm dead. So I just die. And then I don't know what my opponent's deck was. It was like really crazy domain. Like, I mean, interesting stuff like strong cards, Bartok, Frostfist. I've never seen Vine Wall miss, so that was nuts. They had a Lightning Strike, a Geyser of their own. That was one of the weirdest decks I've ever seen out of any opponent. That was strange. But yeah, to see the double Vine Wall follow up to Balmor was such a huge relief. I thought I was dead for sure. All right, on to the last round, gang. This is it, round 9. Round 9. Let's do it. Nervous. Boy, I think I'm going to keep this hand because I have Mana Worker. Yeah, we'll do it. Mountain. Okay. Just gotta hope I draw some lands. Blue red again. That's not good. Well, we'll start with Beast Caller then. Well, it's so likely Beast Caller dies. But it's actually better than Mana Worker dying. Because I need the Mana Worker. Okay. And kill it. Oh, no, okay. That's actually good. Really hoping to draw land, but if I don't, it's okay. I think I got out of the early turns without being in too much danger, so yeah, that's kind of bad. I really hope I don't just choke to death here. What do you got? Bigger, okay. Well, I think it's almost certainly Tide Turner. I'll keep you back. That's really bad, though. I didn't think I was going to choke this hard on land. Uh-huh. Well, that's actually really good for me, that they're spending their mana on that. Uh-huh. Sure. That'll do. What do I cast, though? I kind of want to go Coral Colony and then Impulse. Devastator, huh? It's really bad in my current situation. So yeah, I think I'll go Coral Colony. Like this. I almost wish I had Negate here instead. Just because I think Beast Caller is about to run away with the game. Amplifier, oh no, that's really bad. Huh. Yeah. What do I want? Probably Island, right? Yeah. So what do I cast? I have Essence Scatter. I could cast Drake and keep Essence Scatter up. That's actually pretty good. We'll do that. Alternatively, I mean, I could go with the Beast Caller, but I think the Beast Caller's time has passed a little bit. I could go Beast Caller plus a Prodigy, have really good defense set up in case like anything really bad happens. I could just play Tatiova. That seems weak. I think Drake provides enough defense that between leaving this and Essence Scatter up, that's okay. Then again, if they cast any kind of spell, amplifiers get really nasty on this board. This is so weak, though. Beast Caller into Prodigy. I guess it's not the end of the world. I'm just afraid of whatever creature they could cast. I think I'm going to go for it, though. I think this just sets me up defensively so well. And offensively. Like, they kind of are under a lot of pressure still. Choking on lands was really bad there, though. Micromancer, okay. It's actually pretty good. I mean, if I find an infusion, yeah. Hmm. Sure. Geyser. What do I like? What do I like? Kind of like just casting Drake and keeping Essence Scatter up. And letting Beast Caller grow. Yeah. This seems fine to me. Don't really want to attack with Beast Caller here because it just trades 1 for 1. Whereas like one more counter, and it's actually way better. You can infuse something if you want. I'm kind of hoping you do, actually. If you infuse Prodigy right now, like, and don't pump your amplifiers, like, that's huge. So I feel defensively well set up, I think. And I'm going to start turning that into offense pretty soon. Yeah, okay, it's a good start. I hope this isn't Geyser on Beast Caller. If it is, I'm still in okay shape, but not amazing. Oh, it is Geyser on Beast Caller. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, so I think a block like this, they still have that infusion in their hand. Or no, they cast it. So what if I go like this? I don't really need any of this anymore. I don't want them to kill the Tide Turner, but I think they'll actually kill the Mana Worker. Or the Coral Colony. Any of that's fine. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, so I think I go just Strider on Mystic. Or I could go Beast Caller. And then Tatiova? No, I can't do both. This is 3 mana for the Geyser. Yeah, I think I just get Strider in play. Strider tap Mystic. Seems fine. No attacks. Okay. I think I'm doing okay. Impulse. That's actually super fine by me. This game is far from one. Terror. Okay. Wow, double terror. Jesus. Okay. Man, the turn I let down my guard with Essence Scatter. Holy crap. I think I just Geyser one of them. Negate. That was like one of the worst things that could have happened. I really thought I was about to win this game, and now I'm not so sure. Impede momentum. I'm going to get that. I think I'm going to lose now. Yeah. So I think I have to block like this and take 7. I could double block here. Still taking 5. Don't be rude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because it gets at least gets this off the field. No, I think that this is a little bit better. I'm taking the same amount of damage, plus I get to eat something and then still line up this block later. Drake, okay. So play Tatiova. Oh, I should have played the Beast Caller. So that was a mistake. That's okay. That was a mistake. Hope it didn't cost me. Mm-hmm. So I think it's what, double block here. We'll see how they attack. Right. Oh no, that's not what I want to do. And then I think I block with Tide Turner. I could block with these two on this. I lose the land. And then it's like scary because like they have like an almost lethal attack on the crackback. But is it better than chumping? A little bit. Kind of have to draw a land, but if I don't draw land, I draw something else. Could double block like this. It's so bad if I don't draw a land now. And if Tatiova dies. I think I gotta risk it though. This beats Timely on this one at least. Timely's gonna eat something no matter what anyways. No, so I don't want to do that. Yeah, I think this is how I gotta do it. Yeah. Okay. Missed a counter, but so it goes. Another terror. Well, that's all right. A picker. Okay. Yeah, great. 16 cards. I can't attack with this. I can't attack with Tatiova. Can't really attack. They get to go picker, so I mean that's pretty big. Oh, sure. Ha. Still haven't learned. Nice. I think I gotta attack with one here, right? Yeah, because they still don't have good attacks if I do this. Right? Yeah. Maybe I should have waited. But now I like next turn I have like they have to chomp. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. What you got for me? Nothing? Do I serve with everything? Because they could block 1, 2, 3. Right, and then they would take 3, 4, go to 1. But I'd still have a bunch of lands. Yeah, I think so. What's the safer thing? What's the safest thing to do? Like, what could they have that actually makes that bad? I don't think anything. They go chump, chump, block. I have 1 blocker remaining, so I guess I don't need to attack with this. Because if I go like this, they have to chump, chump, kill Tatiova, take 3, go to 2. Alternatively, I mean, they're already, like, chumping. They already have to chump 2 like this, so that just seems needlessly aggressive. It doesn't actually kill them, so... Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is a good sign. Good game. They thought they had me. I also thought that they had me, but they didn't. We figured that one out. Holy cow! That was the hardest game yet. That was definitely a boss battle worthy of boss battles. Strong deck for my opponent too. Multiple terrors. That was wild. Okay, wow. So we got there. So this was one of the looser drafts I've ever played as far as like my actual play goes. I thought I drafted well, thought I built well. I don't know. I played well in a lot of situations. However, I I definitely made some major mistakes. Like I did not have to lose round 1. Like again, the Flowstone Infusion, like once they played it, was like so apparent. But I like even thinking back, like so I figured that they didn't have the Furious Bellow. I'm gonna keep talking about this. I know it was like all the way back at the beginning of the draft. Who cares? I've been thinking about it literally the entire time, so I'm talking about it. Um, all the way back at the beginning of the draft, like they played in such a way that indicated to me that I just didn't think that they had Furious Bellow. It just didn't seem like that was the card that they had, and so especially because, like I said, they didn't attack with the Rager, which was enough to tell me like, oh, if you had Furious Bellow, like that would be a lethal attack. And so I thought that the only thing that I'm feeling better about my choice because I forgot that they didn't attack with the Rager when I was like kicking myself for it later, and I should have thought of Flowstone Infusion, but that's why it read more like Battle Rage Blessing to me, a card that they already showed that they were willing to play um, over the Flowstone Infusion, and I just didn't think about how Flowstone Infusion would have made that different. So definitely, I don't know if I'd call it a punt, but like I suppose that it was. My concern was that I would just like it's one of those situations where it's like, yeah, I'll double block your guy, duh, and then it's like, and then that turns out to be the punt because then they get to death touch both my dudes, and it's like, well, now I lose the game. And then what? I lost the other game to the red white deck, which I don't feel bad about that. My opponent had an insane deck, super aggro. I love it. That's exactly the kind of thing I want to do. I was actually jealous of them because it was like such an incredible deck from them, and exactly the kind of thing. Like I say, I like to do that. So that was really huge. And then yeah, I made the one misplay with the timely. I was just like a little like less focused than I should have been. I was just like thinking about other things, and I just like made like a couple of minor mistakes. Like I really thought I was going to lose that game where I forgot to timely on my frost fist. Like that was such a blunder. That was such a blunder, and I got really lucky to get out of that. Overall, though, deck was incredible. Sphinx ran away with the game multiple times. So what's funny is this is actually not the first deck that I've had, and they're mythics. This is not the first deck that I've had both Sphinx and Shivan Devastator in. But the last time I drafted that, I think I went 0-3 with that deck. Like it just like you know how it is. You just get like slapped around sometimes. Like I can't remember if I like mulliganed into Oblivion or like never saw those cards, and then like my opponents like aggroed me out or whatever. I don't really remember how it went. I just know I got the snot beat out of me and never really got to cast these. So this is my second deck with both of these mythics in it, and it was great. I'm really glad that this choice turned out. It really did. Shore Up could have been good. I think that was the card that I was. I can't remember. There was like it was like Shore Up, and then there was some other card that I was thinking, but I think I seem to remember thinking that Shore Up was the one that I actually would have landed on. I think this ended up better than a Shore Up, I would say. Even though I had to like stretch a little bit, like my mountain kind of hurt me at one point. The Grotto, I might have played it anyways, but it's like it hurt my mana a little bit, and it ended up. I think the other concession I made to the Devastator was playing the Mana Worker, which I might have played like one of the 4 drops or 5 drops if it hadn't been that. Wasn't the end of the world. And actually, Mana Worker ended up being like decent for me. Like on the game where it was like I was just on double forest, and it actually let me cast my boost spells. So this ended up not even like casting the Devastator that much, though I think it did one time. But just like it really saved a game for me. So this guy's not bad, not bad. 1/3s. I thought 1/3s were going to be a little bit better in this set, and they're decent because there are like some like 2/1s and stuff that you block, and like just random. There's a lot of 2/2s. There's like just a lot of 2-drop creatures, and so 1/3s are okay. But I just find that like cards are like on defense are like kind of bad. Like typically blockers are really good in this set. I'm sorry, let me back. I'm not in this set. That I just lied to you. Typically, blockers are like kind of strong. Like a 4/4 reach is like good because it's like if your opponent has like 2/3/3s, well, they can never attack into it, or at least without like taking a loss. Same thing for like 1/3s or whatever. But there's so many ways to like push through blockers that are just like on the creatures themselves that blockers just don't really come with the same value that they would in other sets. Beast Caller, I was glad I got to play with this a little bit because it both went like it went down in my estimation a little bit, but not a lot. It's not like it's like bad anymore, or it's bad. It's like it can still run away with the game, absolutely, but it is a little bit more awkward than it might seem because it's like you got to play this, it doesn't die, and then you follow it up with the creatures, and then it doesn't just like get bounced or something and reset. And then if you do that, if like you like thread that needle, well then it's like really pretty good. But sometimes it's just a 2/2. Sometimes it's like a 2/2 and then it gets reset. Like it's like so it's still like really 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 super strong. But I don't think this is like a top rare or anything like that. It's just a good one. Um, Silver Scrutiny was great. I got to just draw brand new hands multiple times, so this was pretty huge. I was glad to have this in my card draw spell. This is my first draft that I got to go off with Tatiova, and it was amazing. It was so good. Like what a win condition. Really 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 good. So before I wasn't that high on this card, I've actually passed this card a number of times, mostly because I haven't been green blue or even like base green willing to splash blue or anything like that. I think a number of my green decks have actually been aggro decks where this like doesn't really fit because in my previous draft strategy in this format was to not get to 7 mana. Like it was like to just like attack with cheap stuff. And it's like getting up to 7 lands was just not part of the game plan. So this card didn't really appeal to me in that way. I understood that the power level was there. I never thought the power level wasn't there, but like I just wasn't as excited to play a deck that's like trying to like get to that stage of the game. Makes sense? But once you're there, the card's insane. It's so good. It's just a one card win con. You get to smash your opponent in the air with like flying haste speeders. It's so good. So this was definitely MVP. though Sphinx is clearly good, Devastator was good, and Frostfist Strider is really good too, both offensively and defensively. That's again, so, I've talked about this a little bit, but it's really good to pay attention to cards that are like really strong on both offense and defense, which Frostfist Strider but definitely fits both. Like, um, being able to like push through blockers when you're putting the pressure on, or just like buy yourself a bunch of time is just really incredible. And the 4/4 size is pretty decent, though 5 power is really where you really want to be. Part of what holds Magna God Sentry back too is because there's like a lot of 5 toughness stuff that like you saw like the Tolarian Terrors that were just like smashing the crap out of me. So that was pretty good. What else? I already talked about Negate, but this is my first time like sleeving it up in this format after hearing Nassif talk about it, and it did in fact perform. It did in fact perform, so I was pretty happy with it. Um, yeah. So overall, turned out really good. I'm really happy to 7-2 that one. If nothing, because like I would have been really sad to not after losing the first game in the manner that I did. So blundered my way to victory on this one. Okay, so this pack, let's see, probably Tail Swipe, though there's an argument for Terror, just because this is like kind of the best blue common, except behind Geyser maybe. Blue's just got pretty good commons. Tail Swipe's probably the pick, but if you took Terror here because you were biased, I wouldn't blame you. Cavaliers also was in the pack too. Kind of a strong pack. I don't like anything here. Flame Sage, easy. I like this card a lot. And again, picking it early allows you to build around it. If it wasn't that, it'd be like, I don't know, Captain's Call? Wouldn't be excited about it. People like to Inferno more than I do. I think it's fine. Here we got, oh, Easy Sleeper. Beyond that, this card really owns when it goes off. So like maybe this card is like I haven't got a chance to play it myself yet, but like in a green white deck, the problem is green white's kind of bad. It's just not amazing. But if you're playing like a base white deck and then like with like a couple of green cards, that's kind of where I see this card slotting in. But it's like what hurts this card is it doesn't like really super have like a home. It's like in like a good archetype. Even if you were playing like green white and you were base green, this is still like fine, but you really want to be going wide with the white cards for this to be really excellent. The mini giant growth side of it's fine. I don't know, so this card's pretty strong, but I just don't find myself in that archetype very much just because it's really not an amazing archetype. Then there's like what, take up the shield. Yeah. Barricade, by the way, I just kind of blew by that, but that card's also gone up in my estimation. Here, I think I take Infusion, but mostly because I'm biased. I think other people might take Morrow. Iconoclast is also really good, but Green-Red Aggro is also not a deck that you end up in. So I've talked about this with White a little bit, but this is also true in Green some, where you can find yourself like pulled in 2 different directions depending on like what, even if you're like in the right color, like you find yourself in green or white and that's like the color that's open, you can find yourself stretched because okay, like a card like Iconoclast in your average green deck, I mean it's fine, it's a 2-mana 3/2, like that's great, that's like decent, but it really like shines in like a green red aggro deck, right? But the thing is, like, say they go into it, you're like, okay, I'm gonna play green red aggro, and so you're picking red cards and then you're picking green cards and green is open. You could end up with like, so okay, like Vine Wall's a good example. Like you could end up with like the green cards that like kind of leverage more of a domain or like late game plan, and so like you can end up like pulled in the wrong direction based on what cards you see. All of this to say, a green aggro card can be a little out of place depending on what green decks you end up in. Morrow's really good, but I've talked about this before. It's just big, and there are other cards that are also just big, so I don't really prioritize this card. I think I take Infusion, just because it is a removal spell. It's a cheap removal spell, which is good in domain, it's good in spells, it's good in like red-black aggro. It's like in every deck that wants to play this card, it is a good card. And I like red. I like the red aggro decks, so I like this. I think I mentioned this before, though actually it might have been, I might not have recorded. Oh. Well, here I take, oh, Jesus, a bunch of multicolored cards. Let me make the point I was just about to make. In the domain decks, it's really important to have cheap spells, especially like cheap removal spells, because you're spending a lot of time, like you generally have like late game payoffs, right? So like the whole idea of playing domain is that you're like playing like these multicolor like every color, like 5 color or whatever. And so not only do you have like the domain payoffs like Root Walla, but you're supposed to have like just a higher, denser power level because you're picking the best cards out of all 5 colors, you know? And so the power level density of your deck should be a lot higher. Um, and it's stitched together by like, okay, but you have to play all these tap lands. So there's kind of an inherent risk where it's like you might not have your colors, you got to play these tap lands to survive. So having cheap removal like Flowstone Infusion becomes extra important, both because you want to be able to survive to the late game, because as long as you just survive, then ideally your higher than average card quality should carry you. And also because you're going to be playing like all these tap lands, your hands can get really awkward. So having a removal spell that you can play for like 1 mana really helps fight the natural awkwardness of having all these tap lands, or maybe having to like take a weird turn off or something like that because you don't have the right colors or anything. So cheap removal is actually, I mean, it's always premium, but it's really premium in your domain strategy. So that's part of the reason I like Flowstone Infusion a good amount, and it's good in like all the red strategies basically. I was just talking shit about. Well, I should watch my mouth. About green white, but King Darien is like really super good. I actually don't know if it's better than Tatiova though, because I think Tatiova isn't a better color combo, and it might even be higher power level. It's close. It's close. I actually don't know what the right pick is here. Let me know in the comments. Um, oh goodness. This makes 2/2s, but you have to invest a bunch of mana into it, but it also auras the rest of your team. I think it might be Tatiova. I just think that green blue is a better color combo, and you can splash this, but I think that this is like better on the splash. My inclination is Tatiova is better, but King Darien, like once you play them, and if you have a board, especially if you are in green white and you're following it up like Captain's Calls or whatever, this card is better in certain boards. So it's really close. I actually don't know what's the right choice there. I hate this pack. Oh yeah, Firestorm. It can be awkward. What's awkward is this is a red spell, and the red decks don't really want this. They want this like least of all of the colors because, okay, you know how I was just talking about how like green can get stretched in multiple different directions. It could be like an aggro, but it could also be like a late game deck, and like so it gets stretched. Red is almost exclusively aggro. You can have more controlling red decks if you like get the right cards for it. Like you get a bunch of the red removal, but it chiefly applies pressure via its creatures to a degree. So it wants the Wrath like less, as opposed to like Drag to the Bottom, where black can be a very controlling deck. I mean, if you're playing like blue-black control, Drag to the Bottom is incredible, right? So it's not that this isn't good or that you shouldn't pick it. It just has the most counter synergy in the color that it's in. I definitely like it over like Walking Bulwark, though. I don't like going into Defenders unless I got Chaplain. This is not a good enough payoff to like, oh, I Bulwark, maybe I'll go for Defenders. I actually, this card is like acceptable, but I don't really want to go into it. Okay, here, I suppose it's Weatherseed Treaty. Beard's really good, but it's not really where I want to start with the multicolor card. But it is a good card. Um, I think Weatherseed Treaty is a little bit better. It just sets up like whatever kind of like I've mentioned this like 4 times now, but this is also the kind of card that I'm talking about. Where like this card kind of has that inherent tension to it too, where it's like, okay, you ramp and then you make this 1/1, but then sure you get this domain attack. Like how good is that if you're playing a late game strategy where you're trying to ramp? You know, fine, but you know it has that little kind of tension to it. But I still think that this is like the way to start because it just sets up like so many different like it just sets up your green deck so well. If you like go into this plan on playing domain, you can like fix like any sort of like powerful card you find later. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right, last pack. This pack's terrible too. Supposed to start with Argosy. I have not. So this card can theoretically do stuff. I have not seen it do anything, and it's really awkward that when it exiles the attacker, because it looks like this should have really good synergy with tokens, and it doesn't. It just eats your token. It sends them on a one-way trip to nowhere. So kind of awkward, but there are creatures that do pay off with it. But then a lot of the end of the battlefield effects in this set are based on kicker costs too. So like the list of creatures that truly go off with this, it's really small actually. It's like Cavalier, both Cavaliers, I guess. There's the Mesa Cavalier and Argivian Cavalier. Maria's Outrider. Um, I'm having a hard time thinking of like other creatures that have like good non-kicker enter the battlefield effects. It's like really not many. So you can do stuff with this, but like it actually is kind of lower stock. There's a lot of sets where this would be incredible. This set is probably only fine. I think I might still take it here because nothing else here is special, and because you picked this first. First of all, it lets me go into like whatever color combo I want to, and then also I can like pay attention and like pick up the things that go with it a little bit more. Okay, well that's a draft, everybody. Like I said, I made a couple critical blunders, and I was really lucky to actually like end up closing this one out. But overall, I think it went really well. I think I drafted well. I think I put together a really good draft deck. I had a really high power level, just kind of across the board, and yeah, and I think like okay, like it's really easy to kick yourself for making a couple blunders. However, you do have to give yourself credit when you do play well too. Like I'm saying this for myself. It's like somebody who like really beats themselves up when they make a mistake. It's good to remember like when you also succeed, like yeah, I made a couple mistakes, I could have lost, but also like I played well enough to actually like close the draft out, you know what I mean? So like I can't like you wring my hands over it too much. That said, I'll probably be trying to get to sleep tonight. I'll be seeing that flowstone infusion like in my nightmares. So anyway, I appreciate you being here, everybody. Thanks. I'll see you next time.